not exactly what I thought it would be. I got my house on a little piece of land. This is the place I'm gonna take my stand. But I keep living on dreams. One thing I know, that's the way it's gotta be. Am I living the American dream? I keep searching for that dream in me, hoping someday that I will see myself in American dream.
Love that song. Hey, what are y'all doing? It's good Thursday, baby. It's time. It's time for another Blue Dot family meeting. And I'm damn sure glad y'all are here. Man, yesterday was a shock to my system. I did a show last night, and man, got out of my groove. Anyway, Debbie Capran was the first one to jump in, followed by Doug Sane. Susan Greenland is here. J.T. Libbs is with us. Penny Hartleman and Kelly Roberts. Bunny Griffin, bless your heart, thank you. Maria Betancourt. Richard is here. Silly Bebo, John Mittler, and Ronald LaChance. Brenda's Blue Eyes is also with us. Thank you very much. Irene Lambert, thank you for everything you do, baby. She shares our shit every damn time. I just don't. Anyway, Gordon Marble, Jeanette Miller, everybody's here. Danny Pomeroy. There we go. Get this down here. There you go. Doug Sane. Martina is here. Dana Michael Geo, 1953. Good year. Outstanding. Anyway, well, here we are again, baby. What is this? Day 20 of not the war? Not a war? Whatever it is. We're into day 20, baby, and it what gets me, I don't know. I'm just scanning over some of this shit, and it seems like every day I see the same headline. Pete Hedge says today's going to be worse than yesterday. We're going to hit them harder today. Today's going to be the biggest strike ever. And he says that every damn day. And it gets moronic after a while. It's just a hoorah, just whatever the fuck that guy got in his head. He is a long cry from what we need in the Department of Defense, Department of War. Jesus, I'm sorry. Department of War that he gets so pumped up about. Anyway, it's not going well. And it doesn't look like it's going to end anytime soon. And this is going to be going on for a while. Iran will be able to tolerate a whole lot more than what we can dish out. They're not going anywhere. They're on their home turf. It's us that's going to get tired of this shit sooner or later. And it just depends on what it's going to cost us before we learn that lesson. Hello, Miss Chick.
Hey, John.
How are you?
I'm good. Did you have fun without me?
Well, to be honest, no. No,
Okay.
I did not. No, I missed
Oh,
you
I'm
terribly.
sorry.
I did. I knew you weren't going to be there, and I decided to go ahead and go for it anyway, and boy, howdy shit. Teaches me a lesson, don't it?
I'm not saying anything. I'm not,
I say nothing.
I know nothing.
Oh, Lordy. No,
Oh, dear.
we had a good group last night. We had a good meeting. And,
Yeah. Well,
but it's
you
gonna
kind
be-
of sprung it on them, too. They weren't expecting a Wednesday show.
No. And to tell you the absolute truth, after the show, after I dealt with everything else, it was a mistake. I was worn out for one thing. I've worn myself ragged for this whole week has flown by in a just a buzz of activity. And today, we slowed down a bit. I took a 2-mile walk with my son, and just came home and chilled out.
There you go.
There
That
you go.
works.
Yeah.
That works well. Well, I've been trying to look at half of what's going on. It just seems like they keep backtracking. So you just think you figured out one, and then they go back and change their mind, and it's something else, and on and on. Good Lord.
There's just
but
they're
I
not
did
even getting
find
into this
something
shit.
here
What?
that piqued my interest. It was
Huh.
actually shared by the Australia group. I fucking love Australia.
Uh-huh.
But I think it was written in the US by someone called Texas Mom. And I don't know
Texas
what
mom.
she writes on. I can't find her anywhere, so I don't know where he copied it from. I looked on Substack, couldn't find it. I didn't see her on Facebook. I don't know where he got it from. But I'm going to read it just because it's very well written and
Good.
very
Well,
on
let's
point.
hear it.
Okay, $200 billion. They found it in a week. They just didn't find it for you. Before we get to the Iran situation, I want to start with something Jennifer brought up in the carpool line this week. She was very excited. She said the president was doing what was necessary to protect our allies and keep America strong. She nodded the whole time she said it, which is a thing she does, whether or not she's finished her thought. I said, Jennifer, did you know the United States has given Israel roughly $54 billion in direct military aid over the last decade? $38 billion under a 10-year agreement signed in 2016, plus another $16 billion in emergency packages since October 2023 alone. Over $300 billion total, adjusted for inflation, for a country with a GDP per capita higher than the United Kingdom's. She said, well, we have to stand by our friends. I said, yes, ma'am, we do. And also, school lunches are apparently too expensive. I just wanted to make sure we're both holding both of those thoughts at the same time. She said she'd have to look into that. She will not look into that.
No.
Now, stack Iran on top. The war has been running for about 3 weeks. U.S. and Israeli forces have struck thousands of targets since late February. In the first week alone, they burned through $11.3 billion, nearly $2 billion a day. $2 billion a day. I want you to sit with that number for a moment, because I think it deserves to be sat with. And then yesterday morning, the Washington Post reported that the Pentagon, currently led by Pete Hegseth, a man whose primary qualification for the job appears to be a very strong opinion about the war on Christmas, has asked the White House to approve $200 billion for Congress. $200 billion for a war nobody voted on, nobody was consulted about, and nobody has been able to explain the endgame of in plain English. I will also note, earlier reports had suggested the ask would be around $50 billion. People who follow these things professionally thought 50 was already a lot. Then the number came out. Jennifer called me last night. She said, did you see the number? I said, I did. She was quiet for a moment. Then she said, well, I think there are things we don't know about the Iran situation. I said, Jennifer, they thought it was going to be 50 billion. Then the number came out. You are correct that there are things we didn't know. She said we'd have to think about that. Now, let me tell you what 200 billion could buy inside the borders of the country that was supposedly being put first. HUD says it would cost 20 billion to end homelessness in the United States. Not reduce, not manage, end.
Do away, end it.
You could end homelessness 10 times over with this money, film a documentary about it, and still have enough left to be genuinely unreasonable about the square footage of your guest bathroom. But there's no defense contract in giving a veteran a roof, so here we are.
Here we are.
SNAP. The Federal Food Assistance Program costs roughly $100 billion a year and feeds 42 million Americans. $200 billion would cover 2 full years of groceries for every hungry family in this country. Every single one. This is the same administration that is currently removing 2.4 million people from food assistance through the One Big Beautiful Bill, which is a name someone chose with their whole chest. They spent 6 months working out how to take food from people's mouths. They found 200 billion for bombs inside of a week. I'm not saying those two things are connected. I'm saying those two things are connected. Now, health insurance. And I'm going to pause here because this one got personal. Nearly 5 million Americans are projected to lose their coverage this year after Republicans allowed the ACA premium subsidies to expire. The average enrollee is paying 114% more than last year. In Pennsylvania, coverage terminations have tripled. A mother in California watched her family's premium climb to $3,300 a month, and then her 10-year-old daughter hurt her wrist. She sat down and did the math on whether the emergency room was financially survivable. 10-year-old girl with a hurt wrist in America. And her mother had to do math. I told Jennifer this story in the pickup line on Thursday. Jennifer, who had been nodding in a general supportive direction since I started talking, stopped nodding. She said, "Actually, funny you'd bring that up." I said, "Oh?" She said her own premium had gone up significantly. She said the word significantly the way you say a word when the real number is too embarrassing to say out loud. She said Brian was looking into it. She said they were considering their options. I said, "Jennifer, how much did it go up?" She looked out the window for a moment. She said it had more than doubled. I said, "I'm sorry to hear that." She said, "Well, these things happen." I said, "They do, especially when the premium subsidies that were keeping your plan affordable get allowed to expire by the people who voted for over a 43-day government shutdown that every MAGA talking head told you was Democrats holding the country hostage." She said she remembered the shutdown differently. I said, "I understand. But what the Democrats were doing for those 43 days, the thing everyone screamed about, was trying to save the subsidies that were keeping your premium where it was. That is what the shutdown was about. Not games, not politics, your health insurance, your family's health insurance. And your team let it die anyway because the Heritage Foundation told them to. Then they found $200 billion for Iran without a single day of debate. The checkbook opens real quick for Raytheon. It just slams shut when it's your name on the other end. Jennifer was quiet for a long time. Then she said, "Well, Brian thinks we might qualify for something." I said, "You might, though they're also cutting that." She did the phone check, no messages. She knew there were no messages. That's not what the phone is for at that point. The VA's budget for homeless veterans is $3.2 billion a year. $200 billion would fund that program for 62 years, from now until 2088.
Yeah.
Your grandchildren's children would still be covered. The same president who called dead soldiers losers, who used a veteran cemetery as a campaign backdrop, who is currently cutting VA staffing, would like you to know he supports the troops. He'll hug the flag on stage. He just won't house the people who fought under it. Those are two separate budget conversations. Universal school lunches cost about $11 billion a year. $200 billion is 18 years of making sure no child sits in a cafeteria with an empty tray because their mother couldn't make the payment. 18 years. An entire generation of children who never once go hungry at school. Or 3 weeks of cruise missiles into a country that, if you ask the people who voted for this to point to it on a map, would generate some very creative geography. SAMHSA, SAMHSA, I'm sorry. The agency that funds mental health and addiction services has a budget of $3.3 billion. This administration tried to defund it twice. Cut $2 billion in grants in January, reversed course 24 hours later when the phone started ringing and hoped nobody noticed.
Yeah.
They've gutted $1 billion from proposed mental health budgets, canceled $1 billion in school mental health grants. They are dissolving the agency entirely. $200 billion would fund it 60 times over. But the checkbook opens for Raytheon in ways it simply does not open for PTSD counselor in Odessa. I told Jennifer that one too on Friday. Different carpool. She had brought coffee, which is a peace offering she deploys when she knows a conversation is coming. She said, "Well, mental health funding is complicated." I said, "It's $3.3 billion, Jennifer. They're spending that in less than 2 days in Iran." She said, "You have to look at the whole budget picture." I said, "I'm looking at the whole budget picture. That is exactly what I am doing. The whole picture is that they found $200 billion for a war nobody voted for in a week, and they cannot find $3.3 billion to keep the crisis lines open." She sipped her coffee. I said, "Just think, there are things we don't know about the Iran situation. I said, Jennifer, we had this conversation last night. You already said that. She said, I know. I'm still thinking about it. This is the part I keep coming back to. He stood on a stage and told 355 million people he would fix the roads, lower the cost of living, bring back the jobs, and stay out of foreign wars. He said the endless wars were over. He said the money would stay home. He said America first. And everyone around him clapped. They clapped while veterans sleep under bridges in Houston. They clapped while kids go to school hungry. They clapped while mental health clinics close their doors. They clapped while mothers do math about their children's wrists. They clapped while Jennifer's premium more than doubled and Brian started making phone calls. And now they're asking for $200 billion, on top of the $54 billion already sent to Israel, on top of the $1 trillion cut from Medicaid, on top of the $300 billion removed from food assistance over the next decade, on top of the health subsidies that they let expire while 5 million people lost coverage, including, it turns out, people in our own carpool line. Jennifer, on the way home Friday, was quiet for most of the drive. Then she said she still thought he was trying to do right by the country. I said, I hear you. I did not say anything else. $200 billion found in a week. They just didn't find it for you or for Jennifer. Bless her heart. Texas mom.
Says a mouthful, doesn't it? She writes
Yeah,
very
it does.
well. She writes
She does
very
write
well,
very
well up to date. Uh, I kept thinking the more you spoke, the more I kept thinking of I don't know. I'm reflecting on my old age, I guess. I don't know the turmoil that we faced back in the late 50s, during the 60s, early 70s. That society demanded a change, and it took a long, hard fight to get there, but we got there. It was to a great extent. We didn't, scale.
We still had a long way to go, but we were
still had a
getting
long way
closer
to
to
go.
being there. Yeah.
We were, and now it just seems like the politics of division in this country has gotten to a point of just.
They didn't just pull the rug out from underneath our feet. They threw it away.
Yeah, but
There's no rug.
to be fair, look how we're coming up on our 250th anniversary. We've been facing these problems for years and years and years, and just like years past, we can find money for a war. We can find money for a lot of shit. What we can't find money for is the things that you spoke about child care, about health care, just
Food
our
assistance.
society. Yes, housing for veterans. That one really chaps my ass, because I really
Well,
do.
mental health for veterans and everyone
Yes.
else.
Yes. And
Everybody
that's a big
keeps
one.
yelling mental health every time there's a shooting, but do we do anything about it? Do we even get there
we're
with
damn
it?
sure not going to do anything about the gun part, that's for sure. And as far as that
Nope.
mental health puff, we ain't got time or money for that either. We got things to do.
I don't know how they can circle
That's what
back
they
to,
do.
well, he must have mental health problems. He shouldn't have had a gun. Oh, did you just hear what you said?
Yeah. Did you just hear yourself? Yeah.
Hmm.
But the gun lobbyists, they're not going to, release their hold on this society when it comes to guns. They've got it locked down. You want a gun, you can get a gun. Anybody can get a gun. And that's, we're the only nation that faces this dilemma of mass shootings all the time, and murder on a daily basis across our country. And I don't know. I'm so admonished by the state of our country, but I'm more inspired by the reaction I'm seeing, because every day more and more conservatives, Republicans, maggots, whatever you want to call them, they're starting to get pissed at him. He's broken every promise that he said he was going to do. He's being an asshole. He's not even going to Congress for anything he wants. Now he's got his eye on Cuba. We're just going to take Cuba. And that's another damn thing that's pissing me off, is the way he's blockaded that country. Hell, them people are suffering. Hell,
Well, he's
the
just
EU,
gazzed them. He's not
EU,
bombing them, but he gazzed them. They don't have anything.
they don't have water. They ain't got food. The UA,
Right.
the
I think
UA,
they're letting one tanker in that was Venezuelan oil. They're going to let them have that.
European
Like,
nations sent over
okay.
a ship of aid, food, and water. Yeah.
Yeah, Mexico did that a while back. I don't know if they've been able to do a
You
second.
know, aren't we just the great, you know, society that we are, that we're fucking over Cuba to what? For what end? So he can take it? That's what he says. I'm just going to take it. Send Marco over there and we'll just take it. Because that's the attitude he has now. No soup
Right.
no soup for you. Yeah. No shit.
No soup for the USA. Thanks, Mega.
Yeah, no
Yeah.
ship, no soup. Yeah. Anyway, I see a name down here I don't remember seeing before. I like
Oh,
the name
you
down
remember Super Saint?
there. Do I? Do I
You'll
really?
recognize the
I'm,
voice.
I'm Super Saint.
I had to, yes, I had to. You remember me? I'm the one with the pink hair, but now it's blue and lavender.
Yes, I do. As soon as I heard your voice, I do.
Yes, I had to have a cervical spinal stimulator implantation permanent.
Ooh.
So it's
What?
been a
What?
while.
You
Yes,
did what?
yes, I had a cervical spinal stimulator implantation. Yeah, in November. So it's been a while. I had 3 months of recovery, but then I fell February 9th after the Super Bowl because Bad Bunny was so bitching, you know.
Right.
Yeah, but anyway, I finally I thought maybe I fractured my sacrum, my tailbone, or my pelvis, and so I finally went because it was getting worse, and I finally got an X-ray, and they said everything was fine because I have a pain pump, a dorsal column stimulator, and SI fusion, and L5S1 fusion, and I think you remember I told you I almost got killed by an 18-wheeler in 2002, but I also have a cervical fusion from C5 through C7 fused. And anyway, so I finally had to address my neck issues. But I fell and I know I'm just a mess. But I'm still here.
Now
But
I
anyway,
can relate to you because I am fused
yes, and I was wondering
from L2 to L1 to S1 and S2.
Oh, bless your heart. Yes.
But
And I was gonna see how you've been
yeah,
doing.
I got steel plates and screws back there. I'm screwed.
Yes, sir.
And I have a
know,
loose
right?
screw. I have a loose screw.
Oh,
Let
goodness.
people know
Well,
that right
anyway,
off the bat.
yes,
So.
I know. And so so you deal with chronic pain too. Yes, bless your heart. But they sent me, through my chart, said everything, no problem. Everything seemed fine. And then
Good.
I noticed that when I read it, that there was something different. It said that there was indeterminate L3 end plate compression. And I was like, okay, that's different. So when I went to get my pain
Let's
pump
throw
filled,
another number in there. What are we playing, bingo?
Yeah, I was like, exactly. So I asked my pain management doctor when I got my pain pump filled. I was like, what does that mean? That's never been on me. And so he goes, well, actually, that means that you have a fracture there in the body of the vertebra has fractured and has collapsed. And I was like, well, fuck. I was like, that's great that the doctors that, examined me and looked at the x-ray didn't tell me that. So now I got to go through the, nuclear body scan, all that, and CT scan. But the great thing is that I've had issues in that area. Yeah, I had issues in that area for a while now, and I haven't been able to stand up straight with my walker. So I knew that the degenerative disc disease had progressed, and I was wanting to get that area checked out. But they were going to make me go through physical therapy and an x-ray and all that before I could get a CT scan approved. But by falling, see the silver lining? Is that I bypass physical therapy now.
There you go.
See, this is wrong. What's wrong with our fucking
there's a cause
medical?
and effect.
Yes, there's a problem with our medical, practice that you would have to go through physical therapy, which could actually damage my spinal cord.
Right.
In the process.
Yeah.
So
Or it doesn't help at all. There's that.
Yeah, but I mean the fact that there's compression and with degenerative. The only thing I can think is that it's kind of like when I had a fusion. At the lower part, he said the disc was basically Swiss cheese and smushed. So in order for this vertebral body, the thickest part of your spine or your vertebra, to fracture and collapse, it had to be bone on bone for it to fracture. So but at least I've kind of known that I probably will have to have a fusion there, just because I can't stand them straight. But I'm just glad that, I now know that there's something wrong, but this is another reason why you have to be your own advocate, but I feel so bad for people that are like bedridden and don't have like family to
Lord,
speak up for them,
baby.
because it's awful.
I've
There are
been
so many
down to the
people that
VA
don't
quite a
have
bit here
advocates.
lately, and
Yes,
you're sitting
sir.
out there in the waiting room. You have time to stop and think and have all sorts of shit and
Yes,
ass
sir.
thoughts in your head.
Yes, and we don't take care of our veterans, and I'm
And
like,
the
I get
VA is
so
doing the
angry.
best they can. I do believe that
Yeah,
the
but they've
VA
been
is.
decapitated, basically.
Yes, they have
They
been.
really
They've
Right.
been
have.
kneecapped. They've been
Yeah,
kneecapped in their budget, and
yeah.
yeah,
I
all
say
that. Yeah,
decapitated because they have lost the people that the experts, the specialists, the people that they need.
ooh, Vicky,
They fucking when they got rid of the suicide hotline, I was so
that's the
fucking
first
I'm sorry
step
for
of
my
a long
language.
road.
Yes, but Canada went out and put a hotline there for our veterans. Our friends, the Canadians, put a hotline for our veterans. And then we
Bless our
go and we're so
Canadians.
rude to them. And I'm just like, we've got to impeach these people, because it's the only way you can get this whole regime out. I mean, but we've got pansies that are in Congress
Well,
that will not do anything.
I wore my shirt. I love wearing my shirts to town because especially with ones
Hmm.
that are coded like this one, and 120,
Yes.
29. Only if you're involved in politics do you know what that means.
Hmm. I'm
And
wearing my fascism sucks
I
shirt.
can there you go. I can tell the looks in people's face when they read it. But anyway, uh,
Yes,
where was
sir.
I going with that? Uh,
Going to town with your shirt and about the VA and politics, and going to town with your shirt and veterans.
yeah, that's where I was. Where I'm
Yes,
going,
sir.
yeah, that's a different
Yes,
story.
sir. Hmm.
Anyway, uh,
I
it,
love you,
it
John. I'm
I,
so thankful you have this
I'm,
platform.
I'm,
Thank you.
I try my best here, and I want everybody to know because you probably noticed the last several shows. I don't know. John is not on top of his game. I'm not so involved in the news as I always was because there's shit going on in my personal life, as we all have,
Yes, sir.
and it's distracting. And uh, so, do you just not do a show just because you're not, no, I'm not going to do that because and again, at the beginning of this show, uh, when I started this show, I'm not kidding you when I say I sit here and I watch y'all say hello to each other. That is damn near the highlight of my freaking day every time I do this. Is that interaction before y'all? Y'all are having conversations in there, and that is the part that you can't you know there's no
Hello.
substitute for that. As I sit here and watch, everybody have a conversation. And
Well, I love you
anyway,
guys, and I just have so much love to give. And it blows my mind that there's so many sadists out there, because I'm just filled with love for everyone. And it blows my mind that there's a sadist in the White House that
it,
gets
it's
off on
it's
cruelty.
when you're so kind-hearted like that, it is hard to understand how other people can be so cruel, can be so heartless, and not give a shit about their fellow man or their situation or just anything. And that your main concern is just you and how much money you have, how much power you can consume, all that kind of shit. And it's heartbreaking. But
It is.
in
And
my
the
heart,
fact
I
that the
oh
greed,
Lord,
I need
yeah.
more, 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 more. And I'm just
Oh,
like,
that's
for
what Donnie's
what?
built of. Donnie's made of greed. That's all he
Hmm.
is a greed machine. Everything
Selfish.
he considers is it beneficial, financially beneficial to him. You know, and there's no telling how much money his kids have run off with, and you know,
And my heart breaks for Ukraine, because it's like
Lord have mercy.
we made a promise to them that if they gave their nukes up, that we would back them. And
Yep,
they're fighting for all democracies. And it
Mhm.
pains me
it
it
does
pains me
me
to my
too. It
core.
does me too. Especially right now when with this bullshit with Iran going on, and then we hear the news that Russia and China are supplying information to
Yes.
to Iran
Still are.
for targeting U.S. personnel. And you think, hey, wait a minute, what the fuck? But
Yeah.
that's when you have to realize that Donnie's relationship with Putin goes way back, and he is
Oh, yeah,
loyal
70s,
to
late
Putin.
70s.
He is more
Late
loyal to
70s with
Putin than he
Ivana.
is to this country, to his office
They
that
own his
he's in,
ass.
to the Constitution of the United States. He is more concerned with pleasing Putin in whatever way it takes. And if it takes giving up Ukraine, Trump is going to do that because he doesn't care. And that is the one place that we should be standing up. We should be puffing our chest out. We had damn near all the NATO nations, all the EU standing up, and they still are helping them.
Yes.
It's us
and the fact that
just
he's starting this with Iran, and then he's going, well, y'all need to come in and help us. And that pissed me off so much. I'm like, wait, you fucked over all our allies, said, fuck you, and then you're expecting them to get our back?
Not only that, it's the way he was saying it. We need your help, but we really don't need it because we already won. But I was just saying this just to see. It's a bunch of bullshit.
And the whole about not warning us for Pearl Harbor. What the fuck was that?
Yeah, what is that? Christ's sake.
Oh my God.
That's an embarrassment is what that is.
It was.
That's Trump being Trump.
We are the baddies. We are the fucking baddies now. We're aligned with the axis of evil. And it pains me. My dad being a veteran, I'm the only one in my family that aligns like with my dad's morals. My dad worked for the VA for 34 years in medical media. He was an EEO counselor. He fought and he had a 30-year claim when he died in 2016 for a knee injury he sustained. And he never got his claim heard. But he was like, I'd much rather the people that are worse off than me get their claim before me. And he instilled those values in me.
A lot of
and it's
veterans
like,
are, baby.
Yes. And I don't know for y'all, but did y'all have any issues with voting in the primary? Because I did. I
did
was
not.
hurting.
I
Okay,
did
well,
not.
I'll let y'all know what happened here in Central Texas, because when I put in I used TurboVote and Ballotpedia to do research, on candidates and stuff. And when I went into, it sent me to the Secretary of State. It said the closest place for me to vote was 40 minutes away. And because, I'm active, so my algorithm and all that, but which shows that, of course, they're tracking us. Fucking roller twatsy. Anyway, my neighbor she's not very active, but I've got, I've talked people into voting with me. She put it in her phone and it showed place 20 minutes away. And then we went there to vote. And I was like, with me hurting from this fall, I was like, I don't know if I can go vote. But on election day, it was killing me as the day was going on. I was like, I got to. It felt like I was failing my dad. So I called her up. I was like, let's go. And on the way back, we passed our normal polling place because I just went ahead and drove past it. And it's 2 minutes from our house. And there was a bunch of cars in the parking lot. And I'm like, wait a minute. They have the vote sign out. Do they have political signs in the entrance? She said, yeah. And I go, there was a line. I said, they're voting there. Yeah. I said, there's already fuckery going on.
Boy,
and I was like,
shit.
Who knows?
That's how come you have to
like,
watch. Pay close attention to your registration, and as Super State points out, your location, your voting location, because they're going to try to throw a ball of wax in there and tell you it's one place and it's someplace else. It's minor shit like
and
that.
It's literally, yeah.
Oh, and that happens too.
Did this. The Secretary of fucking State. That's what's was giving me this information. Think about all the people that don't have vehicles, don't have any way transportation to get them there, that had to sit home and could not vote because they didn't realize that their local polling place was available to them.
And here he's got this big SAVE Act that he's trying to push through. I don't think it's going to make it.
I hope it doesn't,
but
because
I
this disenfranchises so many people.
Oh, it's a bunch of
who
bullshit.
can afford a passport when you're on a fixed income,
Well, that's who he's
I've
wanting
been
to purge.
disabled since I was 28.
Because he's thinking if you ain't got the money, you must be a Democrat. So who cares?
Oh, that's a lot of Republicans.
If they can find $200 billion in a day,
indeed.
Well, then why don't they just buy everybody's passport for them? You get your credentials together and you come in and you get a passport.
Sorry. Yes, they're making a poll tax, which is in our Constitution, but they don't listen. They don't do anything by our Constitution.
They'll hide it in other ways. Right now, right now, I'm just beside myself with the bullshit that I'm going through with my driver's license. You know, and I've explained what my situation is. I can't get my damn driver's license, although I've had the
You
son of a
can't?
bitch. No, no,
What's going
because
on?
of the
I'm sorry,
changes.
I
Well,
apologize for not knowing.
because my license expired on my birthday this year. My birthday's January 24th, so January 24th, my license expired. I didn't realize that until probably a month later, and then I checked the thing, what you got to have nowadays, because it all changed, and you have to have proof of you know, ID or whatever, your birth certificate or other ID.
Aren't you proof
And,
of birth?
well,
Aren't you
I
proof of
took
birth yourself?
I was stupid. I was stupid enough to just think, well, it's always worked before. I took my birth certificate, and they
You can
looked
go to
at
the
it.
courthouse
No,
and you have to pay like a little bit of money.
No, he can't go to a courthouse
yeah,
for his.
I can't go to the courthouse. I'm in this, what we call in the system now. This is it. I brought him my birth certificate. My birth certificate says in big bold letters, United States Naval Hospital, Guantanamo Bay, Cuba.
Oh,
On the birth certificate, right there, my mother, my mother and my father, my parents, where they're from. My dad being from New Orleans, my mother being from Boston, and it's right there on the birth certificate and all that shit. Everything. But the word Cuba is there. And the lady behind the counter went, oh, I don't know. Let me call my supervisor. So she called the supervisor. Supervisor comes out and says, oh, well, let me look. She goes in the back. After a while, they come back out and with this form that says that I have to contact the State Department to get them to verify that I'm an American citizen and not just some commie trying to sneak in the back door after 3 years. Anyway,
you gotta be kidding me.
It's ridiculous. And
Yeah.
so I'm doing that. And in the meantime, I thought, well, I'm going to go up there with my VA ID. You know, nope, I can't do that. I can't do anything now because of that box that is checked in the computer system that says he was born out of country.
Do you have I've heard that you can also prove citizenship by having one of your parents' death certificates.
I can come in there bouncing on my head now. It doesn't matter until that little
They're
box
just
is
fucking with you.
unchecked. That's where I'm
So
at.
fucked up, man.
It is so fucked up.
That is so fucked
It's
up.
the
You
same
served our
driver's
country,
license,
damn
the
it.
same driver's license number I have had since 1971, whatever, somewhere around that time. It's the same license. I've had it renewed.
pisses
I don't
me
know
off.
how many times.
No, man,
And all
that
of a
just
sudden,
pisses me off.
it's an issue. And yeah, Chris, what the
It's just
fuck?
bullshit.
It is.
I tell you, man.
It is insane. It is insane.
He has turned us into a fucking third world country, literally.
But until I clear that requirement that is in the system, then nope, I can't have a driver's license. So
oh my gosh.
fuck 'em, I drive anyway.
I
You know, what
need
am I-
a fucking
what am I
punching
gonna
bag,
do?
I swear.
You know, just sit on my
Pillows
ass at
just
home and
don't
say, "Oh, I
make
can't." Fuck you. I've been driving all my life. I'm going to
I know
continue to
punching
drive.
pillows isn't cutting it anymore.
No.
I need a punching bag because punching pillows ain't cutting it anymore.
Yeah. Need one of them Donnie dolls. I got one somewhere.
I need a
Maybe I
voodoo
haven't beat
doll
the shit yet.
made of.
I have
They
two of
do
them,
sell those now.
and one of them
You
is
do.
pretty fucking wore out
Mm.
because I have
I'm
used
just
it.
like, man, it's weird how hate makes these people live longer. It's weird.
They thrive on
I-
it, baby. There's a certain
I know.
part of our society, and
got limbic system.
nowadays I call them all maggots. They're maggots because the issues don't matter. Nothing matters except fuck you. I'm voting for him. He's my man. Whatever. It's ignorance. It's ignorance. It's not because of his policy. It's not because of his brilliance or anything. Everything's costing more right now. He said, "Oh fuck you, I like him."
What it is
yeah.
it's giving them the license to show their hate out in public.
Yes,
And
yes,
their,
that's exactly what it is,
and
baby.
racism and
And that
xenophobia,
came out
and
the
they can
first
do it
time
out loud.
when Obama called him out at that dinner.
Correspondence.
Yeah, at the correspondence
and
dinner,
showed
right
him
then,
the long
right
form
then.
birth certificate. You
Oh,
could see
baby.
his face.
He had his
fuming.
eye on Obama, and the racist assholes in our country jumped at the chance to get on board. and they came out of the closet. They came out of the up from underneath their rocks, from their garage where they keep their rebel flag hidden before. Now it's just right out there in the open. You know, because he's made it okay. He's made it okay to be a bigot, to be a racist, to call your
trying to normalize pedophilia.
Oh well, there you go. There you go. Give him time. Shit, yeah, he will. Well, maybe it wasn't that bad. Maybe it wasn't a 6-year-old.
Oh,
Maybe
and
it was,
hello,
maybe it was
dig
an 8-year-old.
we must.
Yeah.
Dig we must. Hello, his brain is pudding.
Hey,
They don't
let
even
me catch up.
things like that. Sorry.
Let me catch up real quick because Jake Sellers came in with a $5 donation and said Donnie degraded the Japanese this morning to the USA and the world in front of the Japanese Prime Minister. Indeed he did. Indeed he did. And I think not only the Prime Minister of Japan eyes widened at that moment, I think a lot of people in this country did. It was one of those moments where you were thinking, what the fuck? What the fuck?
Yeah.
What are you doing? Bringing up that. That's it. It just shows how really crude he is. I would play the song, Martina, but you said lay the song, and I can't do that right here in front of God and everybody. We can't do that. I'm sorry. I'd play the song, but you didn't say play the song. You said lay the song.
Not to mention their constitution says they can't get involved after World War II. Japan in their constitution says they can't get involved.
No.
He's
And
so
why
stupid.
would they?
No.
Oh, there you go. Okay. I just read that. I just got another donation in from John Cass, who came in with $5. Said, I've got an answer to the SAVE Act. It's our song. This one? Oh, fuck. I had that turned down.
I need you to shut the fuck up, bitch. Shut the fuck up, bitch. Just shut the fuck up, bitch. Shut the fuck up, bitch. Bow, bow. Shut the fuck up. Shut the fuck up. Bow, bow. Shut the fuck up. Shut the fuck up. Bow, bow.
Boy, howdy shit.
Shut the fuck up.
I know it. It makes you want to dance, doesn't it? Makes me want to dance every time I hear it. Yeah, I could. I could dance that any time of the week. Anyway, oh shit. Roosevelt.
How's it going, John?
It's doing all right, brother. How about you?
I got some unsettling news today from my heart surgeon.
Oh shit.
Oh.
That's not
I'm facing
good.
open heart surgery.
Oh my goodness.
What the hell?
Yeah.
What's up? What's up, brother?
Gotta get a bypass and a valve replacement.
Really? How old are you?
45.
45.
Damn.
Does it run in your family, sweetie?
Yeah.
Oh
Heart
man.
disease runs in the family.
That's rough.
You got a good
brother.
cardiologist?
Oh yeah, one of the best in the country.
Oh,
Good,
great. That's
good.
wonderful to hear. I'm so glad. You're in good
Boy,
hands, and that's good.
Well,
Yeah.
we hope we'll keep you in our thoughts, brother.
Yes. Do you know
That's going
when?
to be some serious shit.
No, I don't know when yet.
Well, at least you know, and they found
Yeah.
out early. That's wonderful.
Yeah. You know what road you're on.
Glad.
Just now, it's just a matter of adapt, overcome, move forward, baby. That's all you can
Well,
do, brother.
all the healing and loving energy to you, and I know you're gonna rock. You're gonna do great.
So, John, I've been praying for you a lot with your situation.
Yeah, I appreciate that, brother. I do. It's yeah.
I don't.
It's,
I want to see you get your driver's license. You're our citizen. God damn it, this is bullshit.
Oh,
If you're
that
gonna
to
this
me,
crap
it's a
and say that You're
minor.
not a citizen. No, and we're gonna
Yeah,
fight for you. We're gonna help
it's a
you.
minor inconvenience right now because really, when do I ever have to whip out my driver's license? I've never had a ticket. I don't have a. Well, now wait a minute. Depends on how far back we go. Me and Mama did own a Porsche for a while, so there
we
was
don't
that
wanna go
little
too far
episode in
back.
life that. Yeah, I got
I had
several.
one once.
I had some. Yeah, I learned.
I think
the
it was
hard way.
classified as
It's
reckless
not good
driving.
to put John in a sports car. I had a little Porsche, and it was like,
nice.
oh yeah. Me and Mama would hit the road and just dare anybody. Just go ahead. Did you see the name on the back of this car? You didn't. Well, let me show you. Yes, in my
If you can
young and
catch
dumb
me.
days.
So
My
did
young and
you,
dumb days.
did you hear what happened with Hexeth and Rubio's house last night on the military base.
I did.
No.
No,
2 unidentified drones flew over their houses.
really. That's not gonna. That's not gonna be. That's not good. That's
Aliens,
not good.
They
right?
need to be checking the teenagers in the neighborhood.
Yeah,
No, they
that's
said they
probably
were.
what it
They
is.
said they were some kind of unidentified drones. They said for sure they were drones.
Hmm.
Well,
I'm just saying, check the teenagers in the neighborhood.
well, that's true. It could be as simple as that. It could be
It's
as
just a
simple
way
as
to
that.
try to. It's just a way to try to say that they need to be able to be more of a police state. That's all. Just gives them a reason. That's all.
I do.
That's
You
what I
could ask
think.
my kids. Dad always works under one assumption: if I'm outside this house, somebody's watching me. If I go into town,
Mhm.
you're on camera. I don't care where you are. Somebody's got you on camera. You're not going to get away
Hell, we
with
carry it
shit.
around in our pocket.
Yeah, everybody's got a camera right in their hand.
You know.
All right, 9 times out of 10, while you're in traffic, you got one right in your hand. I see you looking at it.
Well, don't forget, Roller Schwarzy and is allowing ICE to use the cameras that they use, at traffic lights and stuff. 2 programs.
Yes.
Yeah, to be able to use the reading your license
Your
plate
tag.
and your facial
Right.
recognition as well, so that and giving it to ICE. So, Texas
Yeah. Oh,
is I
they've
call
had
it
that
chaos
technology
for
for a while.
fascists.
That they can,
Well,
especially
remember-
on the major highway systems, they got your ass. If they got your plate
remember-
number, they got a description. They can track where you go.
Well, when Roller Schwarzy got caught during the Biden administration, the FBI had gotten him for using 2 different programs. One was Pegasus, and another when he was monitoring the people that were coming into our country illegally, monitoring their phones, and he had gotten in trouble for using 2 programs that he was not allowed to be using. Only the federal government could use, and he got busted for that. But once Dinky got in office, they dropped those charges against him.
Well, of course they did.
But that was all during the Ken Paxton, debacle as well. So that was kind of under the radar. People weren't talking about it.
He's running for governor.
He's running for senator, Ken Paxton.
Oh, is it senator? Wait a minute.
Yes.
Yeah, he's running
Yeah.
against Cornyn.
Oh, okay,
Yeah.
okay,
Mhm.
okay. He's in
And
the
I love
list
that
of
they're going to
people.
be spending a lot of money.
Oh
I
yeah,
love that they're going to be spending a lot of money fighting each other.
yeah. Split the vote, right? Yeah, it is. It's going to be a
Spend all
battle.
your money.
And Ken Paxton. No, that just it pisses anybody off who knows down here in Texas what went on down here, because the only reason Ken Paxton is still the Attorney General of Texas is because his wife was a senator, state senator, because he was turned in for corruption by his own staff, for accepting bribes. And he was put on
And they
trial
fired
in
him.
Texas. Yes, they fired him. They fired his ass.
He fired. Well, they fired. No, he fired all his staff for it too.
Yes,
For
yeah.
turning
He
him in.
fired all the staff, but then he got
Impeached.
removed. He got
Impeachment.
impeached. But he
House.
went back.
They let him
His-
get
But
away
remember,
with it.
$3 million
because
came
he
from
was-
Tim Dunn.
It was like convicted in the House, but not convicted in the Senate. The
Right,
Texas.
but remember,
His wife was a
the-
Texas senator.
Ken
And they
Ken
allowed her
Paxton
to
took
vote.
$3 million to protect him from Tim Dunn, that billionaire. Remember?
Yep.
And then they got busted for that, and he had to give the money back because he got busted. Because he's the Speaker of the House, and that's corruption too. And that motherfucker's still there too. He never got in
Hello,
trouble for that.
Jorge. How you doing, brother?
Hi, Jorge.
Well, I'm still here, John.
Well, I'm glad.
I sure
I'm glad.
enjoyed the John Ossoff tearing into Tulsi Gabbard the other day. That was just
She's been in the hot seat.
lovely. You
Yeah.
know, and
She's
yeah, because she claimed that the only one that can determine if Iran was an
yeah.
imminent threat was the
Donnie.
president.
was the president. Her job is
It's
nothing.
like, well,
Just
no,
because she's
that-
the director of national intelligence doesn't mean that she has the input into, her opinion doesn't give a shit.
Yeah.
The
He
president
can't
just goes,
determine
"Well,
when he's farting in his diaper.
She doesn't even know what her job is.
No, she
you
don't.
know?
Oh, taking election equipment, apparently.
Yeah.
Right?
Little fun trips to Georgia. Yeah. Well, we know what
Yeah.
all. I mean, you were talking about the traffic light, the traffic cameras and shit. It's all Palantir or
Hmm.
is
Yep.
that and the Doge boys stole all the Social Security stuff
And
and
our medical
There
data,
is nothing
medical records.
about
IRS,
you that is
IRS banking information,
confidential anymore. Everybody
all of our
worries about
information,
their
our
private
banking,
information. I'm sorry, baby,
Well,
it's already gone.
what
It's already
It's out
gone.
tells
there.
me is that see when they get the voting records, they know who voted for Republicans and who voted
Mhm.
for Democrats.
Yeah,
Now, if you
that's how
have
it's
to
set.
have a certain piece of paper from the government in order for you to vote, and this is the same government that recognizes that you're not going to vote for their party,
Mhm.
they can make it awfully difficult for you to get that piece of paper, can't
There
they,
you go.
John?
There you go.
Or
Yes, they
or
can.
telling
I
you
mean,
where the voting place
I
is.
yeah.
don't think
Or
that
they
hadn't
just,
crossed my mind. Yeah.
oh yeah,
Yep.
it's
Because when you get into the Secretary of State place, it said it had you click whether you were voting a Dem poll voting or a Republican poll voting.
Right.
Literally, it said that on the Secretary of State's place. You had to pick one.
Yeah,
Very,
in the primary.
very, very convenient. Mhm.
In the primary, you have
Yeah.
to pick.
And,
Yeah.
and the fact that you can't put independent in Texas tells you everything, because I would put independent just
Pick a
so that they
side,
don't
baby.
know who I'm voting for. Yeah,
what you're
because
doing.
it's
Yeah.
none of their
Yeah.
fucking business. It shouldn't
It
be,
is. They think it is their business.
because they want to choose who's voted in. They don't want us to have a voice. Just like Texas is the only state that doesn't have a referendum where we can put things on the ballot. We're the only state. Only. And they did that. They added that to the Constitution in the middle of the fucking night, and Ted Cruz was a part of that fucker. And oh man, I literally leave messages on his
anytime you
voicemail because
mention
no one
Ted
ever
Cruz.
answers. No one answers his phone, so I'm always calling him a pedophile. And I said, "Come at me, bro. I love Discovery. Let's see what's on your hard drive."
Let's see
And I
what-
literally
there you
leave
go.
messages like that. I do.
Oh,
I'm like,
outstanding.
come on, come at me,
Give him
bro.
some help.
I want Discovery. I mean, I troll his ass. I'm not
Damn.
scared of these fuckers. I am not afraid.
Good. Good. We
When
should
you've been
all
a
be-
rape
have that
survivor as many
attitude.
times as I have,
Oh,
and you don't
baby.
have
I'm sorry for
when
that.
you have roller twatty refusing, when he tells people of Texas that
Yeah,
there will
it's
no
your
longer
life
be
that
rape in the
determines
state
your.
of Texas,
Yeah.
because that he's telling you that rapists will get away with rape in Texas. Well, fuck him.
There you go.
Because I
baby.
guarantee,
There you go.
I rue the day somebody comes after me and tries to do it again, because they will bleed out before the motherfucking cops get there.
There you go.
It won't
There you
happen
go.
to me again. Sorry.
No.
But I have a
I'm
disabled.
sorry you
I have
had
an
to endure all that. But
well, it's
it
made me
is.
stronger.
It does.
But it
It
happens
does.
to one-
You hear
it
that
happens
old
to 2
adage,
out of
what
3
doesn't
women.
kill you, it makes you stronger. Actually, yeah, it does. It's the shit that you go through in your life, and it sounds like you went through a whole lot of shit. I don't like bring my shit in, but yeah, I've been through some shit. I've been through some crap I wish wasn't in my fucking head anymore. But
I
it
know.
is,
And
and
they don't realize that that survivors, you have to cope with it for the rest of your life.
oh, it never
And
goes away.
that's why we
It
have
never
to
goes
we
away.
have to fight for these
It's
survivors.
part of
Yeah.
you. It's part of you.
It
You
is.
either work with it or it's going to eat your ass alive. And at a
Absolutely.
certain point,
And-
like you decide that's enough of this shit. That's enough of this
Absolutely.
shit.
And unfortunately, we just found out that my 13-year-old, my second niece, she's deals with high functioning autism. That when she was 5, she was raped by a neighbor, and he's in
Lord.
prison right now. But we're going through the police and all that to try to keep him in prison, because he needs to stay in prison for his own safety.
There you go. There you go. Just trying to save
Yeah,
the guy's
but-
life. It's
Mhm.
terrible, too.
Well, yes, and
Anyway.
see, the thing is that my mom is MAGA, and my family is,
Oh,
and she's also a survivor, and she supports this pedophile, and I've been trying to get her to understand that, you're supporting a pedophile.
I know when there's people that you know and love that
it's
support
hard.
this man, it is. It's very difficult
It's
because you
really
don't
hard.
want to
It's
turn your back
heartbreaking.
on them.
Right, and you
but,
love them.
But I must say they had no problem doing that to me. No problem at all
Mhm.
doing that to me. And
But this, I'm forcing this on her, because I need her to understand that he is a sadist, and he gets off on it, and he's in the I'm reading the
that's not
Epstein
good.
files, and he's in there over 1,000,000 times, and he has done. I think Putin has a snuff film of him with a child. I really do. I think
I
that's
don't
what
know
it is.
what it is, but Putin is his daddy. Uh,
Oh yeah.
Trump is not going to do anything against Putin. He's put our country in a very desperate position uh, as far as Russia is concerned, and it shows. It shows. He shows a weakness to it. Him and Kim
Do you
Jong
remember
Un.
what Putin
He
did?
loves Kim Jong Un too.
Yes.
I've always
Do you
said he
remember
wants the
what Putin
power
did
of
when he got
Putin.
elected?
Huh.
Do you remember what Putin did when he got elected this time? I refer to him as Dinky. When Dinky got elected this time, on Russia Today, they showed all of Melania's nude photos and her soft porn video with her in the bed with that woman on
Really?
Russia Today. Yes.
On Russian
yes.
TV.
Yes.
Boy, howdy.
All of Melania's nude photos and her soft porn with that woman in the bed. Yeah, right. As soon as he got elected and started office, they played it when he got elected and when he
And what
started
was
office.
Donnie's response to that? What was Donnie? Yeah, to remind
Not
him.
a thing.
And
to remind
probably
him
to
that we
remind him
own
this
you,
is just a
we have
tad
more.
of what we got on his ass.
Absolutely.
You bet. Yeah, because he's been.
I wonder.
Was
that in the
been
Melania,
trying to get
Melania
a
movie?
Trump Tower over in Moscow forever.
Moscow.
Hey, let me send out a thank you again to Jake Sellers, who came in with another $5 and said, maybe an Iranian-Russian drone on Mar-a-Lago sent from Cuba. Does Donnie think that it's not possible? He's green as we know. I wish. Yeah, that's not a. Wait a minute. Let me think. Yeah, it's doable. I'm just saying.
I call it Pedo Largo because that is where
Pedo
a lot
Largo?
of abuse happened. Yep.
Oh, you know there is.
A lot of abuse
you know
happened
it
there.
is. You
Yes.
know it is. That's his home.
And don't
his,
forget, when the documents were there were 3 spies. 3 fucking spies busted there. Remember? 3.
At Mar-a-Lago? Oh, yes.
Yeah,
the lady.
so-
I remember the lady.
I had the Chinese one, and she had all that stuff in her room that with the little spy stuff.
Right.
Yeah, and then he allowed that one lady that said that she was part of the Rothschilds or whatever. And then I think there was one other one. I can't remember exactly the details, but it was another, I think, Chinese. But I'm just saying, and of course he had all those
around and he's got all those documents sitting in the bathroom, and
in the ballroom.
Oh, did you hear the thing about the grand conspiracy deal that they're trying to work up, and they're threatening to subpoena James Comey in the grand conspiracy case?
I seen the thing about Comey's got to testify.
Okay,
anything
where
squirrel.
Guess who the judge is in the case?
Oh Lord, please.
Please don't tell me it's that bitch in Florida.
You know it.
Is it
Are
really?
you shitting me?
What's
your name down in Florida?
Eileen Cannon.
Irene Cannon?
Eileen Cunt. Sorry.
Whoops. Just slipped
Sorry.
right out, didn't it?
It did. But
Boy,
I have
howdy
Australian friends.
shit.
I can't help it.
Yeah. See, but in order for this to go through, because in order to indict James Comey on anything to do with anything in Florida, first off, he has to be tied to a crime that is less than 5 years old. Well, all Comey's stuff was before that.
It's already over.
So,
yeah.
So they're trying to say that he was part of the conspiracy that happened in the last 5 years in Florida.
These people are like so delusional.
You're losing me here.
In other
In
words,
Florida?
they're saying, yes, that somehow he was tied in with the conspiracy that included the Mar-a-Lago documents case and the Mueller report, and it was all a grand conspiracy.
Grand conspiracy.
The grand conspiracy, yes.
Boy,
Don't they mean fake?
And they're filing
Don't they
this
mean
with
fake?
Eileen. They're filing this with Eileen Cannon.
Well, of course they are.
Well, you
Of
know
course
it,
they are.
baby. So anyway, there's another little
Oh,
interesting
here's a
twist. of
side
shit.
note. Here's a little side note. Who thinks that that the 10-inch binder about the Russia thing that was taken out of the White House by Mark Meadows and brought down to Pedo Largo? Who thinks that Tucker Carlson took it to Putin when he went to interview him?
Maybe.
Oh,
I
that
think he did.
binder?
Could be.
Yeah, the 10-inch binder. I think
Good
that when
guess.
Tucker went over there, I think he took it to him. That's what I think.
Incredible
What
Eagle,
what
welcome to the room.
Thank you.
Welcome.
Thanks for having me, guys. Appreciate it.
Not a problem. How
Good
you
to hear
doing?
you.
Oh, not too bad. You know, getting ready to take the kids and the wife out on a. Well, actually, we had this plan before the last few weeks, but we're gonna go on a 17-state road trip. So.
Oh,
so,
you
we
shitting
got
me.
Hey, we got a little thank you present from Trump when he started fucking bombing Iran for us and raising the gas prices up through the roof.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, thanks a lot for that
No, they're
shit.
$1.75. I thought.
Yeah. Hey, it's gonna cost an extra $350 for my 4,000-mile trip already,
Boy, howdy
and that's
shit.
that's factoring in right now.
And yeah,
And if
that's
you-
now.
and if-
That's
if-
not it. That's not
Yeah.
including what it could go to if this
And
shit
listen,
keeps up.
I don't think it's gonna stop. If you listen to what this dumb motherfucker said just 2 days ago. 2 days ago, he said, "Oh, he was talking on the Oval Office. I think I'm gonna have the honor of taking Cuba. He looks so proud. He
Yeah.
looks like he
Yeah.
has information. He knows. There's a plan. There's a plan in place that this man has. It's not just ending in Iran." And there's no end in sight for Iran. And he's already got his eyes on Cuba. He wants to be the man.
Oh,
he wants
he
to
does.
be that guy. He wants to be the guy who takes it and says, "Look what I did." No matter
Yeah.
if people
Look at
die
here.
or not.
I took Cuba. Yeah.
So
Every
if
president.
Cuba becomes American, does that mean that they're Americans now? So,
Ooh. That
ooh,
brings up a whole
Cubans
lot
are
of issues,
Americans
doesn't
now.
it?
Oh, yeah, because
Yeah.
they're not.
All of a sudden, he
whites.
would not want that. Yeah, he
No, he
doesn't want
wouldn't.
it as he
That's
doesn't
hilarious,
want it
though.
as a sovereign territory. That you know.
That'd be so funny. They get citizenship. That's pretty cool.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's right. Hell yeah. Hell yeah.
Maybe
You
my
know,
driver's
well,
license
the
wouldn't be an
problem,
issue
John-
anymore.
John,
Yeah.
that would fix your license problem, wouldn't it?
Exactly.
I have
They've
never
already
in my whole
run out
life
of
had a problem. I joined the military with that birth certificate. Everything I've
already,
done in my life,
run
I've
out
done
of
with that
gasoline.
birth certificate.
Cuba.
You
And
work for
water. Yeah, water.
DOD with it.
Huh?
Yeah. They're doing procedures in hospitals in Cuba by candlelight. That's how bad it
Bless
is.
her heart.
Oh, it's terrible.
Bless her
The
heart.
situation down there, the humanitarian situation, is disgusting, and it's on purpose.
I never thought I'd be so ashamed of my country. It's just heartbreaking.
It is. It is. What are you doing? You're making a whole population suffer for what?
Marco.
Oh, I remember. It's the same reason we went to attack Iran, right?
Well, remember, Marco said he had little hands. He's got to he's got to pay back, that comment.
Well,
This from a man that said he was going to lower prices, lower inflation, get us out
The
of these
eggs,
endless
remember the
wars.
eggs.
yeah.
Yeah.
It's a fucking
Yeah.
egg.
How you liking your man nowadays? That's what I ask him.
Yeah.
How you liking your man
I
nowadays? He's broken every damn
unfortunately,
thing.
I unfortunately can't participate in No Kings, but I hope somebody out there has a sign that says, "I thought you said that Kamala was going to get us into the war,
Yeah.
Trump."
Yeah. That's what he kept saying.
You wouldn't believe.
Yeah, you
the-
let her
the
in.
curse
She's
words
going to
on
take
my
us to war with
signs.
Iran. That's exactly what he said. And here
You
we
wouldn't believe
are.
the curse words on my signs. In the small town that I'm in.
Yeah.
The last one I went to
Yeah,
when he was
outside of the
here,
Whipple building.
Trump
We were
came
at the
to
Whipple
Corpus.
building.
Trump came
Nice.
to Corpus, and I had a sign out there. Me and my son were right there at the turning point of where this big, huge crowd was backed up, lined up to get in there. They had to make this 90-degree turn to go into the facility and buy their tickets and all that shit. And we was right there, had our signs. I'd never felt so good all fucking day because I looked at everyone, because I had a sign and it said, if I can remember it correctly, Trump is a liar, a cheat, a convicted sexual predator, a draft dodger, and there's some other shit that I had on there. And every one of them that was coming through that line, I would just hold my sign up and just look at it. And go, is there something on my sign that is not true? Is there something on this sign that is not true? And I kept hammering that all the way, every person that came around the corner, every one of them. Is there something here that you don't believe? Is there something here that's not true? And it's all true. And that's who you're going to see. So don't come up here
I
with
refer to them. I refer to them as the Repetto cunts.
The Repetto cunts?
Yeah.
That's pretty good. You're full of that shit. I appreciate that. You think good.
So that says on my signs, the Repetto cunts, or
I urge anybody, if you are near a protest, go to it. Go to it. Get you a sign, make you a sign, go stand up there with everybody else. You don't know anybody, just walk in there. And you're gonna be amongst people. They are good people. You will make new friends standing right there. Just because you're there for a common cause. And I highly encourage you, because it does. You walk away with a feeling that you're
go to Indivisible.
And look,
Indivisible.org. Indivisible.org or indivisible.org will show you your local ones around your area, or mobilize.org. Those will show, or you can just go to nokings.org/info. Those are some good places where you can find your local ones. But Indivisible, they always have like the local ones that you can find in your area.
Yeah.
Yeah, and I guarantee you, if you're watching this and you're physically able to, you got to get out there and protest. If you're watching this, I know you feel that fire inside. That's what this channel's about.
That's what I always say. If you're listening to this, you're already politically involved. You're involved in the whole damn thing. You have a concern.
My sign's tied to my walker, and I flip the signs because I have it tied to my walker, and I have flipped, and so I flip the signs. And I've worn my walrus suit, and I have one that says, we're melting the wrong ice. I wear my costumes.
There you go.
You got to do whatever you can to draw attention,
Whatever it takes, baby.
Anything, just, anything to, and what's funny is like maybe there'll be 4 MAGAs on the other side of the street, but the whole, they'll be just, and I always bring my bubbles, I blow my, because there are kids that show up, and so, and I bring my American flag because I'm proud of, my dad's service, and, we've got to support the veterans because the veterans, they're trying to follow their oath, and, they don't want to end up in the brig, and they're in
every veteran I know that took it to heart, baby, still holds that oath in their heart. There's no relief.
They do, even when they leave. When they leave.
Yeah, the DD 214.
Look at Alex
means,
Preddy.
hey, thanks a lot. See you later.
Look at Alex Preddy.
Yeah.
He was just an observer, and and the motherfucker. The fact that he's saying that we're going to Iran, because of they're shooting protesters. I just want to. He's got such a punchable face. Say that after we're
that's
shooting.
That's the biggest contradiction.
It is, and it makes me so angry.
I marched the streets here in Minneapolis that day with everybody. Me and my wife went up to the Whipple building and protested and screamed in the face of some of these ICE officers on the front lines. And these ICE officers responded by silence and recording you. They would just record you. They'd record you screaming.
They're building a database. Honey, they're building a database.
Here, I'm not one to be a conspiracy theorist. I like to try to keep everything grounded. But when my wife and I went to the Whipple building that day, right? I'll give you this. It was a very cold night. It was probably 10 below out there, maybe a little more. But we went to the Whipple building, and we had our phones at probably 70%. Now, I understand cold can drain phones. Man, we showed up 70% phones or more. We knew it because we were ready to record. So I got up there, started screaming at the ICE officers. They started approaching me. I said, "Hey, pull out your phone right now and start recording." I'm like, "Fuck you!" And I'm screaming. I'm like, "Pull your phone out." And she pulled out, dead. I pulled my phone out, dead. Our phones were dead. I don't know if it was from the extreme cold or what. We got back to our car a few short minutes later because it's so cold outside. And once we get back to our car, boom, phone's back on. I was like, that's the craziest thing I've ever seen.
They're using technology.
It was wild.
That was absolutely
it exists, baby. It exists.
It was wild.
The cold. That was absolutely the cold that fucked with your phones.
Yeah. Well, I didn't have that. I don't have that problem down here.
Right.
Right.
I do know that they have technology that they are wanting to use on protesters.
I'm sure the technology exists that they could,
you know what I'm talking about,
and within a certain area.
Fucks with your
one at a time.
You know, I'm sure they have that technology. You know,
I know that they've discussed. They have discussed using it on protesters.
Hey, let me send out another thank you to Shifty Lincoln, who came back in with $5 and said, impeach, convict, remove, and deport. This president is an American in name only. Amen, brother.
He's an anchor baby. He's an anchor baby.
Yes, he is. He is. His parents were German.
Mom was immigrant. Yeah.
So was Barron.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, Barron. I heard he joined up. I heard he joined the army.
I don't think he can join the army.
Hey, he ain't. He couldn't. I don't know if he. I'm sure he could. I'm sure he could if he was so inclined. But he's not inclined. None of his kids were inclined. He wasn't inclined. He's never been inclined to support this nation until he saw a sucker, and that's when he latched on, baby. And he was right.
They're suckers and losers in his eyes.
Yeah. He said it himself. He said it himself.
He was not a loser because he got caught. He was a hero.
John McCain was an honorable man. He was probably one of the last of the Republicans I had great respect for.
He was the one vote that allowed ACA to go through.
Yeah.
That I appreciate.
I got an update for you guys.
But
yes, sir.
Our friend over at Suckler Talk, Kyle Kowinski, just came out with a video that Pete Hegseth's pastor prays for God to kill James Tellerico.
See, if you're praying to a God to kill somebody, I don't think you're doing it right. I just don't think you're doing the whole religion thing right. You know, I'm just
that's
saying.
not praying to God. You're praying to Satan doing that shit.
You're praying for somebody else to die. I just don't think you're doing it right. You know.
Especially when James Tellerico is talking about love and uniting and community and taking care of each other.
And he's a minister himself.
He's in seminary school.
So how do you explain that?
As someone who's 2 years into my ministry studies myself, and business minor, I'll be honest, it's my minor. Ministry is my minor. Business administration is my major. I'm 2 years into it. That's just disgusting. And all of the I'll just be honest, all of the right wing, national Christian conservative, it's all not of Jesus. It's all not of the Lord.
I don't know how
it's
they can
not
be.
Positive. If it's not positive, it's not of the Lord, and that should be obvious.
That's what I always say. I'm not a religious guy, but if you live by what the Bible says you should do, we should all be happy as shit, and then we should have homelessness or hunger, all that kind of shit.
Yeah. Hey, he said it comes down to two things: loving God and loving your neighbor, and that's what matters. And your neighbor means everybody, because they defined this. He said, "Well, they kept saying, who's my neighbor? Who's my neighbor? Who's my neighbor?" He basically told them, "Who's not your neighbor, you dumbass?" Is basically what he said.
Give a quarter of your field.
Guys, sign off. My kids are almost home. Hey, thank you so much, John. I'm praying for you. Thank you for having me in this chat. I hope to be back soon, guys. I really appreciate what you guys do.
Well, I appreciate the hell out of that. Keep the good work up, buddy, and I enjoy your trip. That made me excited because I did that. I did that.
I'll be a little bit in Texas, but we're just passing through Galveston, then up to Dallas.
Outstanding. Outstanding. I hope you enjoy your trip.
Yep, take care, you guys. Thank you.
Check in with us.
Be safe.
We'll do. I'll maybe check in. Yep, I'll check in on the road.
All right, do that. Yeah, I'd love to hear it.
With the kids.
Yeah.
God bless you.
Yeah, indeed, brother.
Thank you, guys. Take care.
You bet. I did that with my wife and my kids. Loaded them up with an RV towed behind me, and we didn't give a shit where we went. It was the best time of my life. It was in 2001 when I retired from the Army Depot out here, and we hit the road, zigzagged all over the damn place, willy-nilly, didn't give a shit where we were going, went a lot of places until we hit Mount Rushmore. Oh, the city.
Wow.
Yeah, we were there on 9/11. That's how far we had made it by November 11th. And then the world changed. And there you go, Tina
Our
Marie.
privacy changed.
That's me. Just
Our
believe in
privacy
loving thy
completely
neighbor.
changed.
All the neighbors. Everybody's now. I
Absolutely.
don't give a shit what color you are, what language you speak.
And
I don't give a shit.
love has no borders. Love
No,
has
it
no
doesn't.
borders.
And that's, I don't know, well, shit. You could get into a whole damn discussion about white Christian nationalism and just the words
And that's what I like about
themselves.
Talarico.
Just the words themselves, white Christian nationalists. What the
I call
fuck?
it Christo-fascist nationalism.
None of those words go together. None of those words should go together.
That's what I like about Talarico. He talks about the differences between true Christianity and that.
When I heard him speak, when the first time I really got a feel for him was when he was on the what was it, Stephen Colbert show, and they had to do it off the air because of some bullshit.
Yeah.
Are you shitting me? Standing. Yeah, that in his debate on that show really stood out, and he is a Christian, and I didn't have a single problem with anything he was saying, and because it sounded like he believes in that same thing, that your religion should lift people up, not try to beat them down, not try to hold something over their head or make them feel guilty for this, that, or the other.
Yeah.
You're gonna burn in hell. How do you know? You don't know.
I've been following him for quite a while now, and he's been fighting in Texas against putting like the 10 Commandments in the school, against having a chaplain in school instead of an actual counselor with master's degree. He's been fighting all this separation of church and state, even though he's in seminary school, and he's been fighting this he's been fighting the voucher program very hard in Texas.
When he spoke about the separation of church and state, he articulated it very well. Very well. And I believe it's what the founders meant.
He even fought. He was fighting against the legislation against furries in school, because he's like, name one case where there was a furry in school. And they were like,
that was all bullshit made up to excite the right. Look, they got people acting like cats. They put a litter box in the school. No, none of that ever happened anywhere.
That is only for if there's a shooter and you're locked into the school and you're locked in your classroom and you have to have a place to go to the bathroom.
They do.
That's why they
do. They keep kitty litter in there. They do a sack of it.
Yeah, why? Because our
it's
kids
on
aren't
the list.
Safe. Our kids aren't safe in
case
school.
You got to go.
But you know what else? Think
you
about
solve
it, guys.
the fucking problem with guns and kids getting hands on guns and bringing them to school, then maybe we won't have fucking kitty litter in school.
No, that can't be it. That can't be it.
John?
I know. Yeah, that's reasonable. Can't be that.
John, you know what else?
What?
If you think about it, if they go by their so-called 10 Commandments, well, what's one commandment that they have broken numerous times now, the Republican Party?
All of them.
The party of war.
Right into thou shalt have no other God before me. They put Trump up there.
He's broken every commandment. You know that, right? Yeah, he killed 1.6 million people with COVID because he knew about it in December. He said it.
How many commandments are there that really are address something besides because the one of thou shalt have no other God before me? That's just for that's obviously I'm the only one. You can't.
Remember, he said, I am the chosen one. Remember, I'm the chosen one. That's what he said on the White House lawn. I am the chosen one. That's what he said.
Oh, that's what Donnie said? Oh, yeah.
That's what Dinky said. So he broke that one too. I mean, he's broken every single damn one.
Every one of them. Every one of them. He's the antithesis, or not the right word. He's the opposite of what a Christian is. He's the opposite of whatever you think a Christian is supposed to be. Yeah, Donnie's none of that. Thought he
And then
stung
they
See, he
that.
got
talking
in
about-
with Jerry Falwell. I'm sorry. He got in with
Yeah.
Jerry Falwell Jr., and that's how he
Yeah.
got the evangelicals. Yeah.
Yeah.
Uh-huh. And then they keep talking about this whole talk about, well, our Messiah is coming, and it's not the real Messiah; it's the fake Messiah.
Yeah, it's Cyrus. King Cyrus. Fuck that
Oh,
shit.
shit.
That's
Hey,
what they
let me-
say he is. It's King Cyrus. Sorry.
Yeah. Now let me send out a thank you to Julie Snow, who came in with a $10 donation and said, "Hi John, I have to have the same thing done your gentleman guest said about his GI tract. Hope you're feeling better. Good luck to our friend." Indeed, baby. You know, on any given day, there's no telling how many Blue Dot family members we have that have an issue, some kind of issue going on in life that they have to face, whether it be medical or financial or socially, or just there's a list, a litany of shit that every one of us has to deal with every day in our lives. And so getting together like this, oh, well, look at there. Somebody said, somebody right at the right moment.
I just need you to
As save that plate.
Cause nobody asked you,
There you go, Jake. How's that?
Shut the fuck up, bitch. Shut the fuck up, bitch.
Just shut the fuck up, bitch. Yes.
Shut the fuck up.
Shut the fuck up. A swing, baby. Who doesn't love a good swing?
This is such a great song.
And let
love
me
that.
see. Don Cheeto says, "Thou shalt not kill unless you can get affordable housing, health care, and education." Oh, and don't forget that sweet Camaro at 23.9% financing. Yeah, that's about right. Yeah.
Hey, John.
Yes.
Do you
dear.
remember that wonderful speech that FDR gave about having a second Bill of Rights for us, about how we can have reasonable housing, we can have reasonable,
Yes.
reasonable, yes, a reasonable amount of money and a
Wages.
reasonable. Yeah, do you know? Remember that wonderful speech
Yes, I do.
FDR about us having a second Bill of Rights, just so that we can live and survive in this country and live decently. I think
And
that
you
that
know-
is something that we can aspire to when we rebuild this in a
You
better
know we
way.
could, if we could come up with $200 billion for a war out of our ass for a bunch of bullshit.
Yep.
We could
Yeah.
If
do
we can
this.
pay for Israel to have
if
free
we
health
had
care,
if we had leaders who would step up and do the right thing. That's our problem.
Israel
Israel
they have free health care.
yes.
We should have free
Hell,
health care.
most countries around the world fucking have free health care.
33.
We have profit
industrial-
care, baby.
Rich,
We have
33
profit care.
I call it wealth care. I call it wealth care.
I
but
call it
three-
profit care.
33. Yeah, I call it wealth care. 33 countries after World War III, the industrialized rich countries were out of the 32 were the only one that profited off of healthcare. All the others had
Right.
universal
Gee,
healthcare.
Who was that?
Ridiculous. Yeah, we.
Yeah, who was
we-
that? Us. That's
Yep.
it. We make a profit
Insane.
off of this shit.
In the
And,
membrane.
and that's the one thing that would just, you would think as a Christian, all them Christians.
Yeah.
Would,
But John, God's chosen people have legalized abortions.
yeah.
Oh, you know what? Oh, my mother freaked out when I said,
Right.
"Mom, I want to show you in the Bible where a priest gives a wife an abortion," and she goes, "No." I said, "Give me your Bible. I want to show you." She goes, "No, I'm not showing you." I said, "Where's your fucking Bible?" She goes, "I'm not showing you." I said, "I want to show you where a priest gives an abortion to a wife in the Bible." She refused to show me where her Bible was.
Well,
I was like, "Yeah." I said, "You know how it became?"
any Bible would do.
I said, "Yeah," and I was like, she would refuse to. She's like, "Just send it to me." I said, "You won't read it." I said, "I want to show you right now." I said, "It all became."
I
became
think that would hold.
thing for voters. Yep, back with Jerry Falwell and the Liberty University. I said,
Yeah.
and they realized that they, with the Powell doctrine and with them putting money into in the Citizens United, and they were able to put money behind it. They were able to link that with being able to control a woman's body and to be able to rally voters with religion, and they linked those to be able to get voters to
And that's what
put
they're
that
hanging their
together,
hat
and
on
that's
right
how-
now.
Yeah, it has nothing to
That's
do with
what they're
religion at
happening.
all, because it's all about
It's about
reproductive
control.
health care and saving the woman's body. I will tell you something. This is what I tell people. In Texas, when I worked at the veterinary clinic, we gave DNCs and DNEs to cattle every day, numerous times a day, to save the life of the cow, because to have a dead fetus inside would prevent them from being able to breed the next season. And the cow's too valuable to lose. So in Texas, cattle are more valuable than women. What does that tell
Go figure.
you? They hate
figure.
women. So use
Richard
that.
says we have thinning the herd care. That's about what we have.
Yes.
Thinning the herd care.
It's called culling. It's culling the herd. Culling the herd of the poor and disenfranchised and marginalized people.
It's sad. You want to know what we're fighting for? This is it. Everything that we've talked about. That we know we're capable as a nation to feed the poor, to house the hungry, to not have homeless veterans. We could do all of that. We're just not going to. We're not going to until we get the right politicians in there, and that's going to take.
We got to get
decades.
money out.
Yeah. And that's going to be hard to do, because then you have to have a Congress that's willing to vote something like the Citizens
Getting
United.
the lobbyists out.
Citizens United. Overturning that.
Getting lobbyists out.
You have to have congressmen and senators in there to be able to do that. So that's where the job is. That's where the work is, down here where we are. And it always has been.
Fixing the fucking court.
They don't get to have that cushy-ass job up in Washington soaking up all the money unless they are elected.
Term limits.
And we do that.
Term limits.
Oh, that's something else. Yeah,
too.
You could have a whole other deal on that.
If senators get the health care they get, then everyone else should get the same fucking health care.
Everybody gets what they got. That would work.
Yeah.
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 Ain't going to happen.
Sounds good to me.
Ain't going to happen. Anyway, I guess we're going to wrap it up for the evening. I want to thank everybody for coming in. Roosevelt.
Thank you.
I always want to say Ben. Roosevelt, thank you, brother, for coming in. Appreciate it.
Thank you so much.
Thank y'all, my lovelies, for letting me share.
We'll see y'all later.
Thank you.
Hold on. I do
you.
ladies last. I do ladies last.
Oh.
I get rid of the guys first. Are you shitting me? I'm not stupid. Get the hell out of here, Jorge. I got women in the room. Anyway.
Jorge. I don't mean to throw cold water on this.
No. Brother, I'm glad you stopped in. I hope Nan is doing well.
She's doing fine. She sends her regards, as always. I was talking to her just a little while ago.
Outstanding. Well, maybe it won't be too long. We'll be able to raise a toast together, my friend.
That would be nice, wouldn't it?
It would be. All right, brother. Take care of yourself. No, I'll
like,
talk to you
share,
soon.
and subscribe.
Yeah, do all that shit. It's
and
right down there.
Buy me one of these cool T-shirts, man.
Yeah, buy one of them cool T-shirts too with a donkey on it. Outstanding, brother. I love you. Take care of yourself.
I love you too, bro.
All
Good night, y'all.
Good night, buddy.
Good night.
And Super Saint, darling, thank you for the conversation.
May I ask? Yes, and may I thank you? And may I ask you? I don't get my notifications. When do you come on specifically, so that I know?
3 days a week. We come on Sunday, Tuesday, and Thursday at 6 p.m. Central.
Except for when we sometimes come on Wednesday or Friday.
Yeah.
Okay, wonderful.
We're not doing that again. We're not doing that
Get it on
again.
the calendar. Wonderful.
Don learned his lesson. But yeah, other than that, I'm way behind on my rants. Of course, my life has been a little bit hectic here lately, so I know people appreciate.
Take care of yourself first.
Yeah.
Before you can take care of anyone else.
I need to slow down a little bit. Love you back, baby.
And
Take care of yourself.
It's so good to talk to y'all. Love y'all.
Love you too. Bye-bye.
Bye, sweetheart. Bye.
And miss you, chick.
And John.
Oh, that was fun.
Well, that was back to normal. Huh?
It was a little bit. That felt a lot better. It went well. Everybody took turns talking, all that good shit.
Lots of stuff to talk about, too. Lots of stuff.
Plenty to talk about. Well, yeah, it's, Super Saint is a very good conversationalist. She knows her shit. She does a lot. She does a lot. So she's an excellent guest to have.
Yep.
So, Anyway,
and just a few reminders here. Keep an eye on the Senate on Monday, because I think, I've forgotten the new guy's name. What's the new guy's name? Taking over for.
Mark Wayne Mullins.
Mark Wayne, I think. I think it was Mark Wayne Mullins. Yeah.
He's the one taking over DNI.
He passed through the committee.
Yes, he did. With John
Just
Fetterman's
barely.
vote. With John
Yeah.
Fetterman.
Yeah.
helping
Fuck up
out
Fetterman. You know,
yeah, fuck
really.
up Fetterman. What the hell?
Yeah.
So they advanced him. It doesn't mean he's confirmed yet, but they advanced him.
No.
I don't know
but
how they
he's-
can. He's a lying sack of shit.
He
You know?
is. He's not
it-
very skilled at just spewing and lying and ranting like the
He
rest of
has
them
no
are.
experience whatsoever that would even hint
He
that
hasn't
he
had
has
the schooling yet.
qualifications. No,
Good
he's a
God.
plumber. He's a fucking plumber. Shit. Running pipe, I can do that. Fuck, that doesn't, qualify me as a senator or fucking director of national intelligence.
Right.
Of course, I think I could do a better job than him. So, anyway,
You gonna run, John? You telling us you
Nah.
might run?
I wish.
Yeah,
I'm
okay.
too old.
All right.
Too old now.
We won't go there. I
Past
know
my
how you
prime.
feel. It's like I'm too old for this shit. I can't even start.
Yeah,
Not
yeah.
doing
There'd be too much. I cuss too much. You'd put me on a debate stage with somebody, and half of my words wouldn't be acceptable to the audience.
Well, there
so
would
you
be
go.
there would either be hysterical laughing or swearing.
Yeah,
You've got your
or
choice.
swearing.
I would
Yeah.
have both of those going
Yeah.
constantly.
Mm-mm-mm.
Yeah. And the other thing is we are coming up on today is March 19th. Does that make it 11 days? 11 days to the 28th, is that right?
I think. I don't.
If I
You're
can do
asking me to
math.
do math. I don't do
I
math.
know. Some days I don't do math very
Yeah,
well at
no.
all.
No. Just
Well,
not enough.
just keep an eye on your calendar for the 28th. How's that?
The
Yeah.
28th of March, which is coming
Yep.
up soon.
No
thrones,
king.
no crangs, no kings, baby. And this is around the country, so there's going to be a
So far,
going to be a
there's,
march
I think, just
near you.
over 3,000 protests already logged in. So,
Yeah.
you'll find one
You'll find
somewhere.
one. So make sure get you a sign, baby. Make your own sign. It'll
Yeah.
be fun.
Go to nokings.org, go to Mobilize Us, go to Indivisible, go to 5051. They all have different information on different protests going on that day. So you'll find one somewhere. Make a sign.
There you go. There you go.
Yell loudly. Yeah.
It'll make you feel good.
Just don't do anything I wouldn't do. Yeah.
I'd say that, but I have my list might be different from yours. Anyway.
I've seen you. I don't do that.
Yeah. Like I say, everybody's got their lines. So. Anyway.
I do have a line.
Before I cough.
Oh my goodness.
Mm.
Well, while John coughs up a lung, I'm gonna thank some people that like to share this shit.
We love our sharers. Boy,
Yes, we do.
yes, we do.
We like people like Bill B. in California, our own Randy P. in Texas,
Oh,
William P. in Pennsylvania, Mavis W. in California, Cynthia T. in Maine, and Lynn A. in Minnesota. They all shared this shit.
I love them all. I love them all. And yeah, that's how this family grows, baby. By y'all sharing this shit, and I appreciate the hell out of it because we need people. Not because we need numbers. It's because we need more people involved. Everybody you know needs to be involved in this because we got one shot to get this right. We can't.
We need
screw it
all
up.
the voices. We need everybody
All of them.
all the time, doing something, saying something, whatever, keep
Being
involved.
There you go. All right.
Yep.
Well, on that note, I guess we'll wrap it up. I want to thank everybody for being here. We'll Beer and Bud tomorrow, be Friday, so we'll get through that, and then we'll be back here Sunday for another Blue Dot family meeting. So until then, keep attuned to the news. Pay attention to what's going on. Check out the January 28th march. See if there's something going on in your area. So anyway, outside of that, maybe put a smile on your face and give that shit away. Good night, Miss Chick.
Good night, John.